And what's the difference between an enemy and a competitor?
Competitor's logical. Like, for example, we're competitors, but you don't drive me. I don't drive you.
Right.
Like, you're not an enemy to me. I'm not an enemy to you, but we're competitors. So, hey, what do your data look like? What's looking like? Let me see what you're doing on Social Blade. What's going on with this? What's working for these guys? Do you notice how they're doing this? Look at their greatness Instagram account. Look at how there's competitors say it's friendship.
Right.
It's not but you have to study the competition.
Yeah, I look at it more like collaborators, but yeah.
Totally fine. But the word we use as competitors is, you look at the entire marketplace, but they don't produce anything.
There's not an emotional
There's
trigger.
nothing. You and I, every time we spend time together, and some people would say we're in the same space because we're doing interviews. I've never once looked at you as a person that's going to drive me, and I'm sure you've never looked at me as a person that's going to drive you, right?
I celebrate your success. Yeah.
So likewise, it's a likewise, relationship that we have. But now, you go through this exercise, and then all of a sudden you're like, no, man, that's an enemy. I remember one time I'm 25 years old, 24 years old, we're in Glendale at this Christmas party, and my dad and I are there, and while we're at this Christmas party, one of my dad's relatives makes a condescending remark to my dad. Nothing bad, but it's condescending, and I saw my dad's shoulders and his back kind of got down a little bit, and he laughed. You know the laugh, like you laugh at yourself, but it's like, you know which laugh I'm talking about, right? We did it as kids when we were 13, 14 years old, being punked. And I look at the guy in the face.
It didn't feel good for him.
Oh, no way. I look at my dad, and I'm like, and I look at that man, and the level of rage I felt here, I can't describe you. So I look at my dad and I said, Dad, we're leaving. So what are you talking about? I said, we're leaving.
Wow.
So what do you mean? I said, we're leaving. We're not going to be here. We got to go home right now. He says, you're not going to leave. We're here. We just got here. It's Christmas. I said, Dad, I'm telling you right now, we're leaving. We're fighting. Eventually, it's so bad that we have to leave. So we tell everybody we're leaving. The walk to the car, we're fighting. We get in the car, we're screaming at each other. I said, Dad, that man can never talk to you like that ever again. I said, number two, I brought my sister and my brother-in-law over to the house. I said, they're going to have to kill me, but the world's going to know your last name.
Wow.
The world is going to know your last name. Do you know that's when I started working 80 to 100 hours a week?
Wow.
I dropped clubbing. I dropped everything. I said, the world is going to know your last name. You've been such an incredible father to me. Without you, I wouldn't be the man that I am. Who the hell is he to talk to you like that? It's game over. Do you know that scene from 20 years ago till today still fires me up? Do you know that?
Man.
And by the way, I've told this story multiple times.
I've heard it, yeah.
Still fires me up till today. So
that's your enemy.
My enemy is, my dad was you know how certain people, you can use the word sweet? Like, he's a sweet man. My dad's a sweet man. And he was so good to everybody. He was very good to everybody. You don't talk to my dad that way. You just don't talk to him.
Yes.
Call me whatever you want to tell me, go for it. I don't have a problem with it. But that moment, and by the way, sometimes in life, you don't even know that's what drives you, but you got to use it. You can't miss that opportunity. Like, you're at a place and you see a girl and she's looking at you, you're looking at her, and you know who she is because at a different event, they were trying to introduce you to each other. You know she's a good girl and you kind of want to date her, but then you don't go talk to her and you walk away. And 20 minutes later, another guy goes, talks to her. They're married. 15 years later, they got 2 kids. You see her at the mall, and you're like, hey. And she says, hey. Yeah. Did you know that I was, you would say yes? Yes.
Could have been a completely different life.
Crazy, right? Okay. So when an emotion comes and you feel it, and it does something to you, don't walk away. And I know some people say, well, walk away. It's a very different philosophical thing that I'm saying, right? To me, it's use it and see if it's something that's temporary, that's going to bring the ugly side of you, or keep it and say, no, this is fuel for 20 years. The way I measure the right enemy is lifespan of the emotion and the fire and the level of the fire.